shopping Backyard Paradise online at AtlantisBC.com. And what a pleasure it was to finally meet in person last week at GW Fins. Our man Adam Schefter joins us. Shefty, good morning.
That was awesome. That was unexpected. I was not expecting that at all. I went to the men's room. I was coming back to the table. You guys stopped me, and it worked out very, very well. And glad that we had the chance to at least visit there that night. That worked out very, very nicely.
Best meal in New Orleans, I think. And
I'll say this: I had two great meals down there last. I mean,
sure.
The schedule's a little regular. That was an outstanding restaurant. I had never been there before. I really like that place.
I think it's the best seafood restaurant in America.
Shefty, John made reservations for GW Fins on December 2nd, the morning after the Eagles beat the Ravens. John made the reservation because he knew they were going to the Super Bowl.
How about that?
What was the moment for you, Shefty? I know you cover the entire league inside and out. Was there a moment for you this Eagles season where you said, all right, this team's going to be dangerous, and they could make a long run to the big game, and, of course, they eventually win it?
I will say this to you. I could read you the text exchange on Friday. I think,
yep.
Let's see, on Friday.
You shared it with me.
Yep, on Friday, my good friend Jim Kramer, who is a diehard Eagles fan, at Friday, 4:19 p.m., texted me, Chiefs fans are everywhere because of Swift. Ugh. And I said, calm down. Eagles winning. And he said, hope so. Swami picked Chiefs, but Scott Van Pelt picked us. I said, Jim, Swami and Andy are tight. He never would pick against Andy. And he goes, who? That explains it. I said, Eagles winning. And I just felt it. I really did. On Friday, I could just feel it. Conversations I had with a few people in the organization. So like last time we were in the Super Bowl, we were tourists in Rome, wide-eyed. This time we travel with a purpose, a mission. And I also thought of that Marvin Hagler expression where it's different, when you go from working at 5 a.m. to sleeping in satin pajamas. And I'm not telling you that the Chiefs weren't working hard. They were, and they're a great team. But you win 2 Super Bowls. It's not the same going for a third, and there's a reason that no team has ever done it. There's a reason. I
said last week, Shefty, when we were talking about this matchup, first of all, I felt everybody that was picking the Chiefs was falling back to, well, it's Reed Mahomes. It's Reed Mahomes. And I think the fact that maybe people had picked against them the last couple of years when they were underdogs, that people were just saying, I'm not going to get fooled again. But I use the example. When you eat, if you had filet mignon and lobster tail for dinner every night for years, it's not as special to you as the guy who sits down to that great dinner and has it for the first time.
Yeah, he just appreciates it more. And I do think that they were, just through natural human logic and reaction, they were a hungrier team. That's all. That's not a bad thing. It's just that
sure.
was kind of the way that it was. And I think it showed up that day. I think we saw how effective and good they were, and that was the deal.
Shefty,
it worked out, yeah.
We always talk about, status and what are people saying about Nick Sirianni, what they're saying about Jalen Hurts. I remember asking you a few weeks ago, what would a ring do for them now that you know that they are champions? And I'm not just talking about financially. I'm talking about the way people talk about Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni. How much more respect will those two individuals get moving forward?
Well, they're champions. And they're champions for the rest of the offseason. And they're champions for the rest of their life. And so it's not going to change. And so there'll be years where they struggle, years where they're down, but you never can take that away from them, ever. Sort of like Doug Peterson, right? Like, there are times when he's down, but he still won the Super Bowl for them, right?
Sure he did.
Right? So he's a part of Philadelphia sports history. That was the first Super Bowl. This was the most dominant team that the Eagles have had. Easily. It was very impressive. And they were able to put it away and get it done. And it worked out really well for them. And they were impressive.
Now, we're still celebrating championship week, as Andrew has called it all week long. We're championship week, but I'm already looking ahead a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And the one question we've got is, who is going to be the offensive coordinator for this team? And I want to know, do you know some veteran coordinator names, maybe other than Frank Reich, who could be out there and could potentially be in the mix here?
I don't. And you know what? I don't know that, well, at least as of last week, I don't think they did either. I know that, Kevin Patullo's name will come up. I don't know whether he will or won't get the job. That'll be the obvious one. My guess is they'll look in other directions as well.
The last two times they went to the Super Bowl, they turned the offense over to a unproven offensive coordinator, and it failed miserably both times. I don't think they can do it for a third time. I'm hoping they learn their lesson.
Here's my question. Why can't you make Jeff Statland the offensive coordinator?
He's never called plays at the NFL level?
Well,
That's what it is?
Have him coordinate the offense with Nick.
Or with Kevin Patullo and Nick, like a triangulation.
The inner workings, I don't know how that will all work, but Jeff Statland, everybody loves the guy. Give him the title. And Nick Sirianni's background's in offense. You could look around, but are you going to come up with something that's better than a few of those guys applying their brain power, however you want to divvy it up? I don't know.
Now, speaking of Jeff Statland, because you brought him up, is he ever interviewed? Does he not want it? I'm surprised. The way we talk about him like he's a god, a Greek god, Jeff Statland. Mm-hmm. Does he get that recognition in other areas in the NFL? Because I'm surprised he's never been interviewed since he's been here.
I don't think people think of him for whatever reason. It's kind of weird to me because he obviously is enormously respected in what he does. I don't know why he isn't, but to me that's why I'm proposing somehow that he's involved. I don't know that that's feasible or doable, but to me you could do worse than some combination of Nick and Jeff being in charge of the offense.
When do you think we'll hear about a Nick Sirianni contract extension? They're not going to let him go into a year as a lame duck.
No, you can't do that. You just can't do that. It doesn't work out like that. It's not a hard deal to do. I mean, they could figure it out. I don't know when they'll get it done, but like I said, it's not a difficult deal to get done, in my mind.
Adam Schefter joins us on the Comcast Business Hotline. You're listening to 97.5 The Fanatic, WPN and WPN HD1 Burlington, Philadelphia, Beasley Media Group station, broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio, powering possibilities. So you put out the tweet the other day about the key free agents that the Eagles have because they do have a lot of them, and there's a lot of turnover that will be coming. Do you have any belief in terms of where they might focus more? We know the Eagles' MO, building through the trenches. Milton Williams, Josh Sweat, two guys that are free agents on the defensive line, but we've also seen the success in the draft. Do you have any sense on who they could address early and often?
Well, I think it's going to be tough for them to keep a lot of these guys. I just think that when you win, the price on these guys goes up. It just does. And so it's going to be tough to keep Josh Sweat, and it's going to be tough to keep Milton Williams because inevitably other teams are going to view them as more valuable and be willing to pay them in ways that I don't know if the Eagles will. Milton Williams is going to kill it on the open market. Kill it. And I think Josh Sweat will too. So I just think it's a situation where you have to expect that you're going to lose some of those people. I just think that that's inevitable.
Would you enjoy being at a parade, like if you came and hung out with us, or is that scene, that many people, that kind of crowds, something that you wouldn't enjoy personally? If you were just being a fan.
Yeah. At this stage of my life, not my kind of thing, but I know it'll be an incredible day for the city, and I know people are going to really love it and enjoy the hell out of it that day.
Shefty, I'll be honest. I did the walk to Broad Street. Connor and I actually did a watch party in the city, and we walked to Broad Street. I got there for about 5 minutes, and I said, Yeah, okay.
I'm good.
I'm good. I saw it. I was around all these people. I saw a few fireworks go off. I drank a beer, and I said, yeah, I don't need to be here for the next 3 hours of my life. I'm heading home, so I don't blame you, dude.
Yeah. Hey, again, I know it's going to be a glorious day for the organization and the city. It's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be a blast.
We can't wait.
Shefty, listen,
we'll share
man.
some video with you.
We appreciate it as always. It was great meeting you in person last week, and I'm glad that we can continue our weekly conversations with you because we blink and it's going to be draft day.
Oh, yeah, no, that's the way it kind of is, and it never lets up. Never lets up.
Just the happiness won't let up, though, either, though.
Yeah, that is true. Until they hire an offensive coordinator that John doesn't like, and then we'll be yelling about that. You're the man, Shefty. We'll talk to you next week.
Hey, guess what? We keep talking about last year now, this next year, and last year is going to be a pleasant topic for the next year.
Damn
That's
right
the truth.
It will be. That's
There
true,
we go.
Shefty. Thanks, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
There he is, Adam
Okay.
Schefter on the Comcast Business Hotline.
Hey guys, it's Connor Thomas from Kincade and Salciunas. Thanks so much for checking out our most recent interview with ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter. If you want more Shefty content, click up here and make sure you're subscribing to the 97.5 The Fanatic YouTube page for more great content.